cross that bridge when we get to it. All right, next up, mate, NFC South. The NFC South featuring the Super Bowl reigning champs, I guess you would say. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers obviously got the Saints as well. I'll lead us off on this one. Last year, the Saints actually won the division ahead of the Bucs, despite what happened in the playoffs. This year, I've got Tampa actually improving, which is probably what most people will have. I think most people are predicting them to win more than 11 matches. Obviously, they started pretty slow last year. They also are playing the NFC East this year, which I think is 4 dubs for Tampa in no uncertain terms. And I think they've got Dallas first week, maybe, which will be the first of their 4. And I've got the Bucs winning 14 games. I've got the Saints winning 1 less, actually. Obviously, the loss of Drew Brees. They've also lost a few other pieces like Trey Hendrickson, who I believe went to Cincinnati. He was an underrated pass rusher for them. Sack monster. And yeah, it's going to be interesting. Hopefully, Jameis tears shit up. Obviously, he's had his eye surgery and all that stuff, and we haven't really seen much of him. Don't have the highest hopes, but would be cool to see him just cut loose. And I've got Kamara in fantasy, so hopefully he has the best season of his career. I've got the Panthers at 8 wins. I've got them improving 3 wins. I think they've bettered their team even more. They've brought in AJ Boye, Hassan Reddick as well, so they've improved the defensive side of the ball. Sam Darnold versus Teddy Bridgewater, sort of an interesting debate there. I'm not sure if it's that much of an upgrade, if an upgrade at all, but some people think it is a pretty big one. But more importantly, I believe last year was their coach's first year as an NFL coach, and I think he'll be better for the long run. So that's why I've given them 3 extra wins. And I've got Atlanta getting the same number, 4 wins. Look, Atlanta just seems like a bit of a shit show right now. They've still got Matty Ice, so they've still got some skill and reputation there, but they've had a changing of coach. They've brought in Arthur Smith, who's highly touted, but never had a coaching gig, so we'll see how he goes coming over from the Tennessee offensive coordinator slot. So, yeah, what do you think of the NFC South, mate?
Not a bad division, mate. But once again, I've actually got the exact same order as you. But I've got this division performing as a whole worse than last year. So obviously Bucks first. I'll say 13-4 for them. And then the Saints, I think they'll drop off a few wins. I've got them second, but I reckon like 9-8. Just no Drew Brees, no Michael Thomas, and a couple others that you mentioned as well. I just can't see them being that elite force that they've been for a long time. And then Panthers, followed by the Falcons. I think they'll both be pretty average. I'll say 6 and 5 wins respectively for them. Not convinced about Sam Darnold, but we'll see how that goes.
Yeah. Panthers are another one like Washington. I have no idea how they're going to go, to be honest. That was a tough one to predict. The Saints I had similar to you. I had them at like 9 wins, and then I just thought that was a disrespect to Sean Payton. So, I tucked them at 11, but I can understand the thinking behind that. How do you reckon Jameis will go? And also, what do you think about Darnold versus Bridgewater? Is that an upgrade or a downgrade?
Hard to say on Darnold, Bridgewater, but I'll probably say downgrade just because Darnold has far from lit the world on fire. And as for Winston, I don't think he'll ball. I think he's an erratic quarterback and he's got no weapons apart from Kamara this year. At Tampa, he had Godwin and Evans. So I think he'll struggle. And I wouldn't be surprised if Taysom Hill takes his spot at some point, to be honest.
Yeah, interesting. It's going to be interesting to see how much they use him because they were like using him when Drew Brees was there. So I wonder if they're going to go like 80, 20% snap. But I don't know. I don't think that's really the right place. Surely you just got to back in Jameis early on and give him some confidence. But yeah, that's going to be one to watch for sure. I'm very surprised that they didn't bring in any like wide receivers of note or anything. Because their stocks right now are looking pretty cooked. But yeah, Jared Cook also left, but that was not intended. I don't know why I feel weird. I know Brady's the GOAT, but I do feel weird picking a team with a quarterback who's like 43 or however old he is to win 14 games. But their defense is so good. I think it's hard to tip against them.
It's a miracle! Oh, yeah! What about that one? No! Unbelievable! Balotelli! Aguero! Crowd cheers. Here's Siddle.